If you're working full-time like I am, it's hard to find time to write. At the end of the day, you're tired. You've depleted your creative energy. But not only that, by waiting until you've finished everything else, you've been carrying around this anxiety all day long. I hate that, and you probably do as well. It can make you resent all the other responsibilities you have. So, to make sure I can get my words down with guilt-free energy, I wake up an hour early each day to write. Before we get into the details of my experience, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Elliot. I'm a writer. I'm currently working on a novel, and if you want to hear how that is going, check out this video here or in the description. And if you're interested in following along on my journey, please subscribe. Now back to the current video. Here's what I could tell you about my experience waking up an hour early to write. Get up 60 minutes, 90 minutes, or 110 minutes earlier. When I say I wake up an hour earlier, I don't mean the break of dawn. I used to get up at 8 a.m., now I get up at 7 a.m. It's not that impressive when I say it like that, but again, it doesn't have to be a big deal. However, if you're finding it hard to wake up 60 minutes earlier, try getting up 90 or 110 minutes earlier. You might actually feel more refreshed. The reason is that a sleep cycle is between 90 to 110 minutes long, so by reducing your sleep, you may actually wake up at the end of a cycle instead of the middle. When I write in the morning, I write longhand. For my job, I'm going to be spending my whole day in front of the computer. In order to reduce my screen time, especially first thing in the morning, I choose to write longhand. I find that writing physically in a notebook gives me a stronger connection with the words. Also, when I'm at the computer, it's too easy to hit the delete key. I'd be damned if I woke up early and I didn't get my words down. By writing it on paper and not being able to erase it, I know that at the very least, I've made my mark on the day. We are adaptable. When I talk about waking up early, I know what many of you are thinking, but I'm not a morning person. Fair, I'm not a morning person either, but I used to work the opening shift at a Starbucks that opened at 5 a.m., which meant that I needed to be up by 3:30 and out the door by 4. It was brutal, but I adapted. I got to work on time every shift. I'm not superhuman, I just needed the money. It was a job. That job gave me evidence that I could wake up earlier if I had to. You've woken up early before, you could do it again. The more you do it, the more you'll adapt to it. I will never be a morning person, but I could certainly suck it up if it means taking advantage of an optimal time to write. I treat it like a job. Writing is not the first thing I do when I get up. When I say I wake up early to write, you might think that I get up and go straight to writing. I don't. I wake up and I do my morning routines first, the ones I would do if I was heading directly to work after. I'd wake up, get clean, walk and feed my dog, say hi to my wife, make a cup of coffee, and then, at last, I sit down to write. My point here is to find your own routine. Waking up early doesn't mean you need to spend every extra moment you get to write. It just means you get a head start on the day, a little bonus time before you're bombarded with other assignments. One morning won't make a big difference. If you wake up early for one day and expect to see significant results, you'll be disappointed. You won't get a lot in 1 hour, but if you build upon this habit, the hours add up. There are days where you'll wake up, spend the hour writing crap, and be exactly where you were before. Don't be discouraged. Stick with the process. Yes, you could have slept in and achieved the same amount. However, if you wake up 1 hour earlier every day, then over the course of weeks and months, you'll see that your good days will greatly increase. From there, you'll gain momentum. Many writers talk about a morning routine. There is a reason why so many prefer it. By getting writing checked off the list immediately, we don't carry that anxiety along with us all day. We don't expend our energy on lower priority tasks. As writers, we need to write and be creative so that the weights can be lifted. Some people exercise first thing in the morning to release the tension and feel normal. Some need to write. It's not so much about productivity. Productivity is great, but it's more about doing something for yourself as early as possible. You deserve days where you've written, so make sure it happens. Thank you for watching. Once again, my name is Elliot. I make videos about writing and the creative process. If that interests you, check out this playlist right here, and don't forget to subscribe.